Hey YouTube, it's Old Prime 13 coming here with another 10, here's 10 video list. Today I want to talk about more repaints I would like to see. And I think a fair amount of people really do like repaints, given, it really helps when they're done with a very good mold. And here we have our visual example to start out of a repaint with Cosmos and, I want to say Smallfoot? No, I think that was the Gears one. Ooh, I don't remember your name. Well, that's embarrassing. Anyway, you get the idea. It's same toy, different color. Anyway, so I'm doing another one of these here's 10 lists for repaints, and we're gonna start off with one that is probably like 99% just a matter of time, and that is 86 Cliff Jumper out of the 86 Bumblebee mold. A lot of people were a little bit iffy on whether or not this was a good Bumblebee due to the stylized, not Volkswagen look of the figure, despite the fact that he was very much a Volkswagen in the movie. If this has been done as a toy Bumblebee, I don't think there would have been too many complaints, because it does feel very penny racer, but I don't know. But yeah, I really want them to do that Cliff Jumper. We haven't gotten any announcement for it at the time of this recording, but at the same time, it's very likely just a matter of time. So I definitely am looking forward to... Oop, bumping the camera again. Looking forward to a 86 Cliff Jumper. So that's our first slot. At our second slot is... I kind of have to amend this one because initially I wrote down the 86 Commander Prime as Nemesis Prime, which the designers have already commented that they want to do all the different color repaints for him anyway, and they've actually already gotten two fourth-party / knockoff versions of that exact paint job. Both the AS General and the MD-005 have both done Nemesis, White Magnus, and Shattered Glass repaints. So I did kind of have to amend this one. But we do have the Deluxe G1 Toy Optimus. I would really like to see him in a Nemesis color scheme. We did just get that White Magnus, so it is very much a possibility that we could get that done. So very much looking forward to that someday. So, oh, I forgot to grab him off the shelf. Give me 1 second. The next one I want to see is a Studio Series Tigertron repaint. And I've been thinking about it. We don't get hardly any Studio Series repaints, especially not for the movie figures. I don't think we get hardly any for the movie figures. It's pretty much just the G1s that were already repaints from the get-go. That, like the Seekers. Like, we don't get any movie Studio Series repaints anymore. And I have to wonder why, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who would like some of those toy-only repaints. And the, like concept figures, like I remember they repainted Sideswipe into, I think it was Swerve. That was one. I know they did the Blackout into Evac. I don't think Evac was a G1 character, I'm not entirely sure. I know that they did like a Scout class like Jeep into Beachcomber, and I believe Sandstorm. Like there are potential repaints there, it's just they haven't been doing any of them. So I really have to wonder what the deal is with all of that. But yeah, I think doing a Rise of the Beast Cheetor into a Tigertron would be like easy money, honestly. I think Tigertron is a pretty popular character. I mean, he's got a masterpiece at least. I don't know why they don't want to. I don't know. Let's get that out of the way. And the next one was also a Beast Wars one, and I was very surprised to find out that despite all these years, he has never gotten a toy, both official or third party, But where is our Predacon Rhinox? Because that one's not hard. That is literally like a easy repaint, because it's just, you take the brown, grayish brown, and make that like a reddish like burgundy, and then you make the gold silver. Like, that's like the easiest repaint, and they have never done that. Never. Like, where's our Predacon Rhinox? That was like a very interesting episode for that character, and they've never done that repaint at all, ever. Very strange. Very strange. So, for the next one, I do want to throw another repaint up here from the potential Beast... Oop, ow. Hitting my knee on the table. From the Beast Wars sector. But we already have the mold, so how about Cybershark? Because he's literally just a different color version of Skybite. Given Skybite is way more popular, obviously, you know, he's the one who's got the figures now. But what's stopping you from making a Cybershark repaint? That was actually the first version. Given, you know, it might need to be like a Selects or something, because I don't know if it would sell nearly as well as Skybite himself, but I don't see why it wouldn't be worth at least doing like a run of Selects. Yeah. Where's our original Cybershark? Our Transmetal Cybershark, huh? Where is it? So, next, I want to talk about... I don't actually have a base figure for this, but I do have what the intended repaint would be. I would like to see Armada Demolisher repainted as Warpath. I think that would be an interesting take on a repaint for Warpath. Given we do not currently have a Armada Demolisher mold, I think we should get one soon. Like, I think that they should do one soon. You know, like, where is it? Kinda is what I mean, because we've gotten like the main 3 Autobots from Armada, but we've only gotten Megatron from the Decepticon. Well, no, we did get Starscream too, so we're still missing Armada Cyclonus and Armada Demolisher. But I think like those shoulder cannons and the gun hands, I think that would be a really cool look for Warpath if they did Demolisher up in like a all red color scheme. I think that would look cool. I would definitely be down for that. So, the next one, I'm actually pretty proud of this idea, but I'm going to go ahead and bring you in. And as you can see here, we have Cybertron sideways. And I think that if we did something along the lines of the famous, what was it called? Dawn of Futures Past, where they did the Beast Wars cast as Cybertronian vehicles, I think that this guy would be great if you repainted him into a Cybertronian depth charge. Because, like, he's already kind of got the wings. He does have, like, an odd, you know, frontal chest. This could easily, you know, they could, you know, take this thing and make it into his, you know, big fish rifle blaster. And yeah, like, his vehicle mode is already kind of like flat, spread out, sort of like a manta ray. I think it could make a really good depth charge repaint for a Cybertronian depth charge. I really think that would work well. And honestly, you might not even need to remold his head. I mean, you definitely could, but maybe you could give him like just a different face and keep the overall like spiky head. Maybe shape them more like manta fins or something. But yeah, I think this would be a great potential depth charge figure. So I think that would be really neat. Alright, moving on to, I believe this is, number 8. Unfortunately, I don't have any figures for this one either way, but I am going to bring in something somewhat related. This is, again, just a visual thing, so you're not staring at my wall. But we know we are getting a Kranix sometime within, I believe, the next year. I think it's supposed to be coming out later in 2026. But after looking at them, I think that Kranix might not be a bad idea to do a slight retool into animated Red Alert, who was actually a female bot, a fembot. Because first of all, they're both kind of tall and lanky, and they do I believe they had similar head shapes compared to each other. I do believe they both had like this sort of angled, like almost heart-shaped head crest thing going on. I think that they could potentially make a Kranix into an animated Red Alert. Because I don't believe we ever saw animated Red Alert transform on screen. So I don't think there's any like set thing for her vehicle mode. And again, I do believe, from what I remember anyway, they had at least somewhat similar body structures. So I think that would be a pretty cool way to get that mold out there. Both a repaint of Kranix and an animated Red Alert. So we'll have to see. But for our number 9, I think that we should get Dinobot repainted as Dinobot Slash, because they are both Velociraptors. Now they could do this one of two ways, because I know we've already done the Beast Wars Grimlock repaint, both previously and with this current mold. But they could either just do it in the standard, Dinobot, like red, silver, and gold, or they could, pull what they did with the Gamer Edition Optimus and keep the base engineering with some heavy retooling and make him look more like the G1 Dinobots and overall the blocky body structure to make Slash. I think they could go either way. Obviously, just a plain repaint would be, probably a lot cheaper on their end. But I think that if they really wanted to impress people, they could retool him into a G1 Velociraptor Dinobot as Slash. I think that would look really good, and it would be another excuse for them to use this mold again, which is honestly a pretty solid mold. So I think they could definitely get away with that. And this last one does need a little bit of context. So I was recently watching an anime, some of you may have heard it or even watched it yourselves, called Ruri Rocks. And it's about these girls studying mineralogy. And in one of the later episodes, spoiler warning, in one of the later episodes they are messing with a device called a crystal radio that basically uses a crystal as an audio conductor. I think that there would be a really cool way to get, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm going to say this, a all clear plastic blaster slash twin cast done in white with accents of blue and call it Crystal Radio Blaster. I think that would actually be one of the few times I might consider buying a clear plastic figure just to display, because I think that would look absolutely beautiful. It would be right up there with like the Ghost Starscream. I think it would look really, really cool. And yeah, maybe they could have like the cassette be, you could give them a couple different cassettes in like different gemstone colors. Like you could get a blue one for sapphire, a red one for rubies, green for emerald kind of thing. Give him a couple of his different cassettes in the different like gemstone colors. And, you would be able to see him through the clear chest. I think that would probably be one of the few times I would actively go after a clear plastic toy. Because I think even if I never played with it, it would just look so beautiful on the shelf. I wouldn't be able to stop myself from buying it. A crystal radio, clear plastic blaster slash twin cast would be great. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that any of these have good potential? Do you think some of these are just a matter of time? Do you think some of them are just completely out there and never going to happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. I'm really excited to hear what you think of my ideas and the list I came up with. So please do let me know your thoughts and comments. I'm really looking forward to reading any of them. But that's pretty much all I have for this list. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.